Arsenal have secured the signing of Martin Zubimendi after he rejected the likes of Liverpool last season, Man City. Like there is Real Madrid, there is Barcelona. There's a lot of clubs around that wanted Martin Zubimendi. They have secured one of the most important players in the spine of a team, a defensive midfielder that can do a lot of things. We'll talk about that. But there's one big hole in the team still if they want to compete next season, which is the striker position. And we'll talk about that as well. What are the progress with Gyökeres, Šeško, and is Oli Watkins actually a viable option for them? Is Oli Watkins what they need? There are talks lately about Oli Watkins, but before we go on and talk about the video, I want to ask you to like the video underneath, subscribe to the channel, of course, if you are new for daily content, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. We'll ask questions and we'll let you know what my thoughts are, and I want to know your thoughts as well. But all I have to say is that rivals, I know that they are making fun of Arsenal. I know that everyone is making fun of Arsenal, but at the end, that was a statement signing for Zubimendi, him agreeing the deal. He was in London yesterday to do his medical and to finalize the paperwork. The paperwork has been signed by both parties, Real Sociedad and Arsenal. They will actually pay more than the release clause, but in favorable terms. They're paid them in installments, so you don't have to pay it all up front, which helps them to have more money in this window. What Martin Zubimendi offers is a lot. For 60 to 65 million, it's reported euros, of course, that he actually completes that spine in the midfield with Declan Rice and Martin Odegaard. He's an elite defensive midfielder, one of the best in Spain around, perfect fit for Arteta's system, someone that can move the ball left and right. And he's the perfect long-term replacement for Thomas Partey, who has been in the last 3 years in and out of the team. But when Thomas Partey played regularly, he was one of the best midfielders, one of the best defensive midfielders out there. Martin Zubimendi commands a lot of composure. He is very good in pressure. He's very good in passing between the lines. He can actually pass under pressure as well. He is disciplined as well. He played for Spain in the Euros, won the Euros with Spain when he replaced Rodri in the final, and nobody felt the difference at that time in the final. And yeah, he has a lot of experience. He played in the Champions League. He played in the national team. He played in La Liga for a long, long time. Speaks Spanish as well, which suits Arteta and the team as well. So he's going to be with Mikel Merino as well, who is Spanish. And I actually think that the plan is to actually release Declan Rice forward and release Martin Odegaard forward more, with Martin Zubimendi being in the team regularly. Now they have to look for the replacement for Thomas Partey, for a bench player, if Thomas Partey leaves on a free because his contract ends. So they need someone else. I actually, just personally, I think they should renew Thomas Partey's contract for a year or two to keep him at the team until they find a replacement, because I don't think you will find a better bench player, or you'll find a better player than Thomas Partey for cheap at all. You won't find a similar player. But now the midfield has more control even than before. We know the Arsenal midfield is in control on the ball. Yes, they don't create a lot of chances, but I believe that with Martin Zubimendi, that will now release the likes of Martin Odegaard. And Martin Zubimendi himself, actually is someone that everyone is looking at him, and I'm like, oh, he can create chances. He can actually be the deep line playmaker. Of course, you know that the dilemma for the striker is what comes next. Like, what can Arsenal do for the striker situation? We know we have on the table, Arsenal have negotiated with Sporting Lisbon for Victor Gyökeres. He scored 43 goals in the 24-25 season at Sporting. He's so physical as well. Amazing up top, lethal finishing. But Sporting Lisbon, they don't want to honor their deal with the player about letting him leave for about 60 or 70 million euros. They want 100 million euros or something close to this, between 80 and 100 million euros. Arsenal don't want to pay that much. But Victor Gyökeres have made it publicly that he prefers Arsenal. He rejected Man United, or put Man United on the side. He rejected Juventus, and he's waiting for Arsenal. I'm going to repeat that maybe Victor Gyökeres has been given assurances from Arsenal that if he can negotiate the deal, and I'm going to give you a scenario here, if he can negotiate his price down, if he can make Sporting Lisbon honor what they promised him and his agent, Arsenal have told him that we're going to move for you. And I think that is the situation. Arsenal don't want to pay that hefty fee that Sporting Lisbon want, and they are willing only to pay a certain fee for him. And I think Arsenal told him, if you can negotiate that fee, if you can actually get Sporting to accept that fee, we will sign you. I think that is the case. Let me know in the comments if that scenario looks like plausible to you, because him rejecting Juventus, meaning that he actually believes that Arsenal will sign him if he can get the price right with his club, if his agent can actually get Sporting Lisbon to absolutely honor the price. There is the Benjamin Sesko, which is a lot of people are against the Benjamin Sesko signing. A lot of rivals fans are mocking Arsenal for Benjamin Sesko, but we have to sit down and why do Arsenal want Benjamin Sesko that bad? Why did they want him last year? And why do they still want him this year? However, Arsenal don't want to pay again above 60 million. RB Leipzig want a lot of money. They want a hefty fee. They want a lot of money for him. And that is something that Arsenal don't want to do. He's young, he's spacey, he's quick as well, and he's very, very good in the air. But is he what Arsenal need now? That is what we have to wait and see. Of course, but Arsenal seem to insist that Benjamin Sesko is someone who fits the system. However, I'm just going to have to provide a question here, which is my opinion. A lot of people are talking about him being low risk. I don't think he's low risk. If you pay that much money for a striker and it doesn't work, you lose money on him, like Darwin Núñez for Liverpool. Yes, he's young. Yes, he will develop. Yes, he has a lot of potential, but maybe Arsenal needs someone that is ready now. But we're going to sit here and wait and see. There are the other options that people want to talk about, of course, which is the Oli Watkins situation. Oli Watkins from Aston Villa, he is an England international. He has a lot of experience in the league. But is Oli Watkins actually someone that Arsenal want to sign? They want to sign. Is he going to sign as a second forward, or is he going to sign as the starting forward? Having Oli Watkins in a team is good and everything, but is he someone who can actually challenge for the league, can challenge for the Champions League? We have to wait and see. But Arsenal have their hands behind their back. If they don't want to pay the money for Gyökeres and Šeško, they might be left for only Oli Watkins there. Let me know, do you think Oli Watkins is a right fit for Arsenal? Because I don't think so. That is my opinion. I don't think so. You know, like, they have inquired about him in January, reportedly, and Aston Villa rejected their bid. So maybe they go in for him again. If Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko don't come through, and that, I think that wouldn't spark something in the Arsenal. If they sign Oli Watkins, I don't think that has any spark in the dressing room. Signing the likes of Sesko, maybe Gyökeres, I think that will give the team an uplift as well. Of course, there is the other news around, which is Rodrigo. We know that Jorginho has left. We know that now they're going to let Zinchenko go. So Arsenal now are looking to sign Rodrigo. They remain interested, but I actually, in my opinion, they put all their eggs in that basket of Rodrigo, or if Rodrigo doesn't go. However, lately Arsenal have been trying to inquire about the situation of Madueke. I don't think Madueke is the replacement for Rodrigo. I think actually Madueke might be an option to be a backup for Bukayo Saka, and I don't think that is bad. A left-footed right winger that can release Saka a little bit, that can lift the pressure of Saka in some games. Saka doesn't have to play every game. Maybe that is the plan for Arteta. But Rodrigo is still the dream for Arsenal on that left side. Can they get him over the line? The 90 million price tag that Real Madrid have set if Rodrigo leaves is not a lot of money for a player of that quality. I genuinely believe that Rodrigo moves the needle for them. But what if Rodrigo's not there? I want to know in the comment section, because that is a question that I ask a lot, and I want to hear your opinion. Do you think that Arsenal can actually go and get another winger and they can be that good? There is the likes of Leao, Lookman, but also, do you think Arteta signs another winger if Rodrigo's not on the market? A left winger, I mean, or would he stick with Martinelli and Trossard? There are rumors lately that Martinelli might be for sale. I'm actually not sure if Arteta is a settler and he's going to settle for any winger other than Rodrigo. If they can get him, I'm not sure if they're gonna sign a striker. You know what I mean? Like, but listen, all I have to say is that I'm not gonna rule Arsenal from signing Rodrigo. I'm not gonna rule Arsenal from challenging for the league next season. But is Zubimendi and a striker enough, or do you need Zubimendi, a striker, and a left winger? I want to know in the comment section what you guys think. Make sure to hit that like button if you're still here. Listen, if Arsenal can go to their best over the last 2 seasons that they did, I think Arsenal can challenge for the league. But for the likes of Liverpool signing Wirtz, Frimpong, Kerkez, they're still targeting a striker. We know that the Isak situation is complicated for them. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. The midfield now, do you think it's a 10 out of 10? I want to know, do you think Arsenal's midfield is a 10 out of 10? But the attack is very concerning for Arsenal next season still because they haven't signed a striker. We know that the defense is a 10 out of 10. David Raya is so good. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. I want to know, would you choose Gyökeres or Šeško? And how would you rate the transfer window if it's Gyökeres or Šeško plus Rodrigo plus Zubimendi? You let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Hit that like button if you are still here and make sure to subscribe.